Nah, I'm just bullshitting. But anyway, welcome to the Warlock Module 32 video. So, the first thing I want to talk about is gear. So, the gear I'm rocking is the new helmet from Master Soul Harvest. Whenever you crit strike, you with an at will, you can read this as well. You get a crit strike and crit severity, which is be all the time as a Warlock, because we're always animation canceling with Dark Helix. So this is pretty much 100% uptime, even in RD calls, because you're doing it within your encounters and everything, whatnot. Same chest piece from last module, from Master Lair to Mad Dragon, accuracy CA, can't go wrong with that. Celestial arm piece from Master I'm about to say Soul Harvest, from Master Shackles of Divinity. Artifact weapons, you can do fine with Mythic, but I have mine Celestial finally. They give you 9% crit sev, which is huge. That takes away last mod, which I was rocking uh these two rings. The Comet Advantage ring and then the crit sev ring. So that gets rid of the crit sev ring, so really great for warlocks. And then 5% power. You should already be capping power. Boots, still best in slot from Master Shackles of Divinity. If you can't get these boots, they have an advanced version of them that only gives 3% of each, which is still okay. Like, don't, it's not bad, but like, it's not, what I'm saying, best in the slot. Yeah, so 3%, which is not bad. That's like 9% stats versus 15. If you can't get your hands on the artifact weapons, I'm sorry to tell you, but these are like the best ones to get. You don't have to get them celestial. You don't even gotta get them mythic, but at least I know for sure that you can get these weapons to advanced level without even running the dungeon, I believe. So we got our armor egg on, which should be coming back in the chicken event, I believe. Um, got the demon skull from the previous lockbox that just released not too long ago. It's called, yeah, the Deathly Delights pack. Um, I actually was repulsive and actually bought it, so yeah. Do not buy it. Just if you have the keys for VIP, just open the damn box and just be patient. Um, and of course you got your Night Flame sensor. So these, in my opinion, these three artifacts are the best off artifacts or secondary artifacts to have in your slots right here, because as warlocks we're never going to use the sensor, and it gives a really good amount of stats like 3,000, 2,000, 2,000 plus all that rating. That's a lot. Same with this one and same with this one. Alright, Aegon. um if you don't have these artifacts, and by the way, this Night Flame came from a lockbox as well. If you can't access these, or you don't have access to get these artifacts, by all means, get your Blood Brass pistol from the Pirate Skyhold campaign. Um, Assassin's Dice is okay to start out with. If you have your Meteor Swarm, that's okay to have on. Um, Assassin's Knife for and the Tentacle Rod. And I'm just talking about for stats down here. I'm not talking as your main arty. If you want to talk main arty, then obviously you got your Marcos. My demo's in my bank somewhere. Blast Scepter, Spelljammer, Meslar, Dragonbone Blades, Beacon, Crystal. At least 10 percenters or more, but you get the gist. Neck and waist is still the same. Masterwork set +1. I'm too broke to get the +1 on my belt, so oh well. Rings, we kind of changed it up this module, so we have the Seguini, as we call it, the Seguini seal ring for extra damage, because I don't really need stats. And then the Ring of Submission. I did have people argue or talk about like, hey, why you not running the other ring to give more stats? Well, let's take a little look at it, cause reading is fundamental, as I said in my last Warlock video. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, let's see the difference. We have submission, and then we have ring of spores. So submission gives you almost 10,000 accuracy rating and almost 6,000 in combat advantage flat rating. Let's just look at the flat rating first. Go here, you got roughly 6,000 combat advantage and then 8.3, 8,000 crit save. My build needs the accuracy because I'm only overcapped by like 2 or 3,000 with this accuracy to help me, like, cap my stats and whatnot. On top of that, if you read it, I know that they're like very similar and ones give more, ones give less, but read it. For every 5 seconds you're in combat, you gain 1.1 crit strike, max at 6 stacks. So what does that tell me as a reader? That tells me that in the battle, if I die and I resurrect, it only will take me 30 seconds to have this fully proc. Or when I start combat, like in the beginning, it only take me 30 seconds to have that 6.6 crit strike. Versus this one, for every 5 seconds you are in combat, you gain 0.7 crit strike, so even less. But you get 9.1 at 13 stacks. At a minute and 5 seconds is when this is fully stacked. So if I die right before a arty call, or 30 seconds before an arty call, or even 40 seconds, even 50 seconds before the arty call starts, and I really need that crit strike, this is gonna hurt me more. It's gonna punish me more versus the 30-second one for 6.6. And plus, I can cap my stacks. I mean, cap my stats more. So that's why I picked this one over this one. But if you need the stats, by all means, you can. You know what I'm saying? You can get it. No, I ain't against it. But that's just my logical thinking behind that. But yeah, damage ring, ring of submission, which you can get in the auction house. Currently on PlayStation, they are. Let's see here. 708. So not that expensive. 800K, 798, 799. And these prices has been dropping too, so it's like 8 days worth. So not too shabby to get one of the best rings in the game. Yep, I already talked about the Sentinel set. Shirt and pants. So steel. The shirt and pants combination to have a set together. This is from Master Shackles of Divinity, MSOD, if you will. This stacks up to 7% in Thay, because it's doubled in Thay. Everywhere else is just 3.5. So, and then your pants, these give 10% combat advantage. So, fire agate, jade, garnet, a cobalt, and offense utilities always going to be a garnet for that forte. And in defense, we just put whatever we need here, honestly. If I had more garnets, because I'm kind of lazy, if I had more garnets, I'll just put all of these as garnets or crit avoidance or whatever. Overloads, Rage of Flames, or Devil's Precision, but once I go over like the stats and everything towards the end, I'll show you. You can actually change this out for either a Demon Slayer. And I'm also rocking the new Swift Energy. I know a lot of people aren't running this, but I'm running it because I found a way to cap my stacks. I keep saying stacks. What is wrong with me? To cap my stats with a T accurately with this. And of course, got your recharge speed here. No brainer. Let's get into our mounts. Golden Warhorse and Ferocity. Mounts, same old, same old. Artificers, cavalry, tactician, executioner, and another tactician. I can change this executioner to an enchanter's hex, but if I want to get like more damage, but I think I need it for the crit strike and crit save. Yeah, I think I only need it for the crit strike, which is crazy. Yeah, because everything else I don't need. I'm just calculating in my head. Sorry if I'm just pausing. I'm just thinking about it. Companions, as a DPS, you should at least have all of these. Um, I don't know why this should not be here. Remove from favorite. Blue Fire Eye, Tutor, Portobello, Harper Bard, or Etring, they do the same thing. If you read it, Bardic Inspiration, that's what they do. Same stuff. Captain Sartail, you don't need alliance, don't worry about that one. Scorpion, Flapjack, Adritz, and Spine Devil. This is what you kind of want in terms of like helping supporting the group, in-game content, etc., etc. Equipment, we went with triple talismans, went with perfect vision for that accuracy, and then here, same stuff. Raptor, Mince, Bateri, Neverwinter Night, and then Golden Cat. And in terms of powers and feats, it's still the same. Dark Helix, Hellish Rebuke. You still have Vampiric Embrace, Hadar's Grasp, Killing Flames. Your main dailies, Tyrannical Curse. I just recently swapped to Dust to Dust and All-Consuming Curse. But if you don't want to use Dust to Dust, you can always use Deadly Curse, or you can use Dark Prayers. Double Scorch, Parting Blasphemy, Risky Investment, Creeping Death, Soul Spot Recovery, Bread and Butter, always, always, always for single target use. Boons. Do not roast me because I'm missing at least 18, maybe 17 or more boons. Boons you want is your offensive one, so all these right here are power. I think this one is like crit strike, this one's crit sev, CA, accuracy, I think it's like what, 1%. Yeah, still it helps. I put some into defense, demonic mastery. I can actually get rid of cultists and undead, but and put them like into what can I put it into? Yeah, I can put into these just for like more survivability, but who really cares? Marathon runner for movement speed, this to help me survive more. Um, Forte, obviously, first thing I always go for. AP gain, no brainer. Recharge speed is a must. Life lessons is a must. Blessed advantage, another must for that recharge speed again. Then you got your bloodlust to do more damage. And AP gains, really good. And then Deathly Rage. I know the food I use is the same ones. Flask of Potency, can only use one potion. Hot Wings is only one event food can use. Guild Food, Prime Rib, Invocation, and a Sunlords for combat advantage. And there you have it. So let's calculate. So let's see here. Get my calculator out. So we're at 96.3. Because of that boon, every time you heal, you get 6% power, 10% chance, which is almost up 100% of time. So that's why I said 96, because it's going to fluctuate from 90 to 96.3. Plus you got your Raptor, which is 18. And then with the Raptor, you have, well, aside from Raptor, you got your, what is it called? You got your Mystic and Runic. Yeah, Runic. So Runic is 2.25 plus, and what's Mystic? Mystic is another 2.25. Alright, so we got 96.3 plus our Raptor, which is 18, plus Runic plus Mystic is 2.25 plus 2.25, which is for whatever, 4.5. And you got your Tutor plus 3.5. Did I use my Forges box? I did not, so yeah, let's recalculate. Or just add as plus, let's say 96.3, so that's plus 3 Forges box. And then plus 2 from Etching. I'm actually overcapped. And then if I didn't even add these boots, that's another 5%. So I'm at 132.3% power. Accuracy, let's go ahead and calculate that. 61% plus you have 7.5 from here. 7.5 plus you have your chest piece, which is another 7.5, plus your arms when they're stacked up, that's another 8%, plus my companion enhancement power is plus 9%, which puts me at 93. We are at 85.1. What proc CA? Let's see here. Do I have anything equipped that no, because I don't have the buff from Portobello. Say K bet. So I got 85.1 plus your 7.5 from this chest piece, and I don't think anything else. Proxy A, nope. And I got 10% from pants, and then go back here. I can gain another, what is it? 1% from Mystic, because don't forget, a lot of people forget to calculate this while they're adding their stats. No, it's not Mystic. Is it Pack? Yeah, Pack Tactics, I think it is. Where are you? There it is. 2.25, and there always be two of these when you're running 10 mans. Hopefully, we say 7.5 from chest piece for CA, plus the 10% from here. Plus companions, you have Tutor, which is another 5. Flapjack, plus 5. Portobello, plus 3.5. And then I have the Swift Energy. When in a group, this is 10.5 CA and crit save, so no, plus 10.8. My bad, not 10.5, 10.8. Plus 10.8 to your CA, and I'm sitting at 126.9, so I'm kind of overcapped on CA. So honestly, if I want to, I can change my race to a Tiefling or Dragonborn or whatever. But like I said, not pressed about DPS this module. Crit strike, let's calculate that. We're sitting at a nice 70% with our forte. Helmet gives 5%. Boots give another 5. The ring gives another 6.6. And just with that alone, we're sitting at 86.6. Now if I want to include the blue fire eye and etching, blue fire eye gives 3, so plus 3. And if I have the Harper Bard, that's another plus 2. I'm sitting at 91.6. And if you're Pally, or if you have a Pally in your group, and if they're running the other thing, it'll be plus 4 for the crit strike aura that they have, which I will be sitting at 95.6. So that's why I mentioned, and that's only if I have a Pally. I'll take this out for another damage overload. And honestly, you can switch this one to maximize. Switch this one to like a demon ward or whatever it is, because those bosses are considered demons or whatever. That's why this feat also works as well. Fiends, demons, I think it's probably under the same thing. I don't even know. That's why I wish we had logs as like console. But yeah, so crit strike would be a 95.6, and then crit save 101.7. What procs crit save? I have my helmet, that's +5, plus the boots, that's another +5, and nothing else procs crit save except for my swift energy right here. So that's another plus 10.8. It gives you 122.2. So yeah, that is the build. If there is any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Once the actual dungeon comes out, I will have a single target and an AoE loadout, hopefully. But so here's the damage build. I just recently buffed up with everything, whatnot. So I got the CA helmet, same chest piece, same arms, artifact weapons, but instead of the stat boots, you have the DPS boots. I would not recommend this in MSH because you kind of want to survive as a DPS and almost everything kills us. Because Warlocks can get away with much more stuff, but this is just part of this full damage setup that I have right here. Shout out to that one guy for copying this build from somebody. We got the Blight ring, and it's a Guini ring, and the same neck and waist, same shirt and pants, same arties, whatever. Stats, ignore the flat stats. Okay, I can't really change much of this. I can dump more into accuracy, but I believe it's already capped. And then with this build, you can, it's back to the lightning flash, but it also uses devil's precision. You can switch off of this. However, your uptime of crit strike and accuracy will vary. 3 rubelites, 1 garnet, garnet here, defense, whatever you need to put here. Boons are pretty much still the same. Companions, this changes to crit strike to make up for that ring we got rid of. For crit strike, companions still the same. And then here just go and touch providence. And here we actually put enchanters instead of executioners, so that's another bonus. So yeah, we got damage here, damage here, damage here, and then damage here. And we can also switch this one out for the one I mentioned earlier. I'm just gonna keep showing you so you know where it's at. The Soul Collector and stay native for that accuracy. And then the crit strike is okay that you'll lose because I think you'll be overcapped with this build, but we're gonna calculate it though. In my opinion, this build can only work in MSOD or in MSH if there is a Sartell. If there is not a Sartell, changes will have to be made, I believe, to this, which will be changed to exploit weakness for both crit strike and crit save. So, yeah. So let's calculate. Get the little good old calculator here, right here. Right here. Right, dang, fucking stupid. 97.8 plus 18 from Raptor, plus 4.5 from Runic and Mystic, plus 3.5 from Portobello, plus 2 from Etrine. I'm at 125.8. Accuracy is 56.2, plus 7.5 from the neck piece, neck and waist, plus 10.5 from the chest piece, plus 8 from arms, and then we are on, what is this, lightning flash, plus 10.8, where it's sitting at exactly 90. So if we did change this out, we'll be sitting at like 87, which a little bit of damage we lose, but it's a little okay. I guess the damage percent in this particular build would make up for it, but still, kind of want everything capped. Combat advantage is at 93. We got 7.5 from our chest piece, and then plus 10 from our pants. And then we don't have anything else because we're on lightning flash, so nothing there. And then we got plus tutor 5 plus flapjack is 5 plus portobello is 3.5. CA sitting at 124%, which is great. Crit strike is a little bit sketchy. We need everything for crit strike. Is at 69, 69% plus 10.8 from lightning flash and 9% from here. I think that's it. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, damn, what else is proccing crit strike? Yeah, so just 9% for crit strike there. So 6.9 plus 10.8 with the lightning flash plus 9% from the whatchamacallit. And then if, okay, I'm not gonna say if, there should be a string, which is plus 2, and a blue fire eye is another plus 3. We're sitting at 93.8 with all of that included. If we had a pally, that's another 4%, and that would be 97.8. So yeah, that's that. And then crit save is at 116 fully buffed, and the only thing that procs it in this build is nothing. So we need that Sartale. She gives a plus 5%. It's like a 80 to 75% ish of time. And she just give 5% AP gain at all times, and then the 5% crit save when she's using that one ability. And this will bring us to 121%. So there you have it.